this is simple today. Last time we did this or that and hit or miss, right? Did you see the trailer for Fantastic Four: Four Steps?
I haven't seen it in detail, but I've seen it. I've
Okay.
seen glimpses. I've seen you send it to me, and I went. Basically, I was at work and I was like, "Let me see." I went to a restaurant. I was just looking at it, and I'm just like, but then I put it away. I was like, "Man, looks just so wonky." I don't know. I don't know. The movie just looks like a mess in a way, not in a plot mess, but like I don't know if it's I don't know what it is about the movie that I'm just like I can't seem to just enjoy it. I guess
It
I don't
looks
know if it's a
it looks too childish.
I mean, I guess, but isn't that what they were aiming towards?
Yes.
You know.
So to
So
me, that's how it looked like. It looked like for little kids. It's not gonna be for little kids. Let me get that out of the way. But everything, like the colors and all that,
right,
it felt very for childlike, right?
right.
So Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, was that a hit or a miss? Casting wise, we're not taking like what they're actually gonna do, just casting wise.
I've liked the cast to begin with, so I mean that's a hit for me. I've
All
always
right,
liked them as when I heard about it. So
all
yeah.
right. So you don't wish it was John Krasinski?
We got Jen Krasinski as a fantastic. I mean, we saw how messed up he fumbled the bag. You know, he immediately died. Like, we already got enough of him. He clearly ain't that smart.
All right, Vanessa Kirby, which basically people know her from Mission Impossible. Was that a hit or miss for Sue Storm?
I mean, I guess I'm just stuck on my Angelina. No, wait, Jessica Biel or Alba. Pardon, Jessica Alba. I'm stuck on her, so I think that's a miss for her. I did see people were flaming her for the way she was walking, because obviously they're doing editing to hide the stomach on the pregnancy. So I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then you see it yourself, and you're like, okay, yeah, I see it now, like how she's walking quick and stuff.
All right, not the actor, because I really don't know much about the actor, the one who's playing the Thing, but the Thing CGI.
Yeah, it's a huge miss. Like,
Okay,
incredible.
that's because it looks bad, right?
Yeah.
All right, now if they fix it a little bit, are you gonna be okay with it, or you just don't like the design?
I mean, I guess I'll be okay with it, but I just don't see how you. I mean, yes, I guess you could fix it because I was looking at Sonic and how
But
bad it turned out.
the movie doesn't come out till July, so it still needs to be like more replenished. You got to remember that when we saw the Avengers Endgame trailer, that we saw the Hulk running and fighting, and it was the Hulkbuster at the end, the CGI. So they can actually
Right.
fix the CGI.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely CGI, so yes, I know they could fix it. You know,
Hmm.
but as of right now, it's a miss. As of right now, it's a miss.
It's a miss, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know the actor. I don't.
I don't know him.
Okay.
In Georgia, I don't know him. No.
All right, and then of course you have Johnny Storm.
I mean, I can't. I guess it's a hit because I don't know him. I can't base him off of ending, so I think that's a hit.
You never saw Stranger Things?
No.
Oh my God, you're missing out on a great series. You should check it out.
I'm too lazy at that point. Once you're already in 5 seasons in, I'm like, yeah, it's way too gone now. I don't want to catch up.
You're still there. It's 4. And the good part is only like 8 episodes to 10 episodes. Like season 4, it was only 6 episodes. So like it's not like those ones like 20 episodes and shit. Like fucking like The Flash. It was like 24 episodes per year.
But there's a difference. Obviously, this was televised, and this is on Netflix, which is completely different. Yeah.
All right. Now, did you see Jurassic World Rebirth?
The trailer, the trailer, right? Not the last movie that got dropped. Yes, I saw it. I don't know what to think of it as a whole. I mean, I enjoyed the trailer. It was a hit. The trailer was a hit. The casting wise with Scarlett Johansson, I mean, she always looks fine, but like, I don't know. I don't want her being a lead in this movie because it's just like, bro, like this is a destruction film. When have you ever seen a female lead something destructive in real life? You know, it's like it just doesn't happen.
Alien.
No offense to the ladies out there, but you know,
the Alien franchise.
Okay, but okay, Alien. Okay, I was gonna say aliens. I was gonna say aliens aren't real, but
yeah, and dinosaurs are. But okay, so regarding Jurassic World, the new one, they're gonna focus more on hybrid, like on different types of dinosaurs. Is that a hit or miss for you?
It's a hit. I mean, it's a hit for the reason being. I'm okay with it. Reason being like you could only see so many T-Rexes. You could only see so many to the point like, okay, well, what's bigger than a T-Rex? Like we already know the big antagonizer is gonna be a T-Rex. Right. So in this case, it's like now we know it's not a T-Rex, the big antagonizer. It's something different that we haven't seen visually. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's gonna look like.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, I know that it's gonna be, from what I've been hearing, how the trailer said that they're more aggressive. Is that good or bad for you? Hit or miss?
By define aggressive though, like
like more aggressive than part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
I mean, that's better destruction. That's always a hit. You can never go wrong with more blood, more ripping apart, more other stuff.
And being rated R, is that hit or miss?
That's a hit for any casual viewer. For somebody that wants to take their kids, and hey, that's leave them at home because it's not gonna be for them.
Before the trailer came out and I saw that it was rated R, I was like, just. Then I said, I need a T-Rex chopping a guy in half. That's all I need from the movie. We're not gonna have a T-Rex. That sucks. So they were gonna get a new dinosaur that's gonna look like the alien from Aliens, but the body of freaking the T-Rex, and then something on like the Spinosaurus or some shit like that.
I heard that, yeah. Uh-huh.
So I'm like, and then we're gonna get the fucking Spinosaurus stuck like in the water thing as well. So I'm like, I don't even know if we're gonna get the Megalodon or the other motherfucker. I forgot his name. The one that came out in part 1 that fucking chops up the whale.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're gonna fight each other because they're saying that there's gonna be a lot of body parts. In the trailer I only saw like 10 people. I'm like, if you're gonna go rated R, you have to go blow out, man. Like you have to go get 20 soldiers and just chop them off.
Well, I mean, sure they're gonna have so many extras there that are just gonna be taken out.
Go the direction of Jurassic World 1, which is because rated R show more brutality.
Right, and obviously that in the trailer, the whole boat scene, you already know something's happening there.
Oh yeah, you know the parents are dying. You know that that kid is gonna be an orphan by the end.
I wasn't going to the parents' direction. I was going towards the black actor that's there. That's where
Blade. Let's call him Blade. His name's fucking long. I know his last name's Ali. It's Mayor Shalali, some shit like that.
Right.
Great actor. I love him. I don't know if he's gonna be a good Blade because I don't know if he does martial arts, and Wesley Snipes did. But if he gets the Samuel L. Jackson death from the original Jurassic Park, I'll be happy.
That's exactly what I was leading to. I think it's Duncan in the movie, right? This is his name in the movie, Duncan. I think, I believe. But that's exactly what I feel that's gonna happen. I'm picturing that sort of something like what's that movie with the shark with LL Cool J?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea. I feel something like just like that. Something like that happening. Literally in that little scene that we saw in the trailer, I was like, something like that's gonna happen.
I got that same feeling, but I was just talking about in the Jurassic Park movie, Samuel Jackson. We don't see his death. His death is off screen, but a bunch of velociraptors eat him, and then they chop off his limbs. That's why in Jurassic Park 1, when she's running from the raptor, Samuel Jackson lands on her, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, doctor, whatever." And then she takes the arm is just the arm. So I'm like, if he gets that death, it's like a throwback. And we're not saying this because they're both black actors, right?
Right.
But if you're gonna have, and I know that Samuel Jackson was not as famous at that time than Ali is right now. So for us to get a death like that, a la Deep Blue Sea, to him, it would be amazing because he's the most recognized actor in that cast that is not named Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, because we all know Scarlett Johansson ain't gonna die. That's a guarantee. It's not gonna happen.
That's Chris Pratt.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
That's why I was surprised when Chris Pratt died in Magnificent Seven. I'm like, oh, you got him to die? I'm like, wow, I applaud you. I like that. I just didn't like him as a cowboy. I don't know if you saw the trailer, Final Destination Bloodlines. You don't watch horror, but have you ever seen the Final Destination movie?
I mean, everybody's seen the Final Destination movie. Everybody stays away from the logs when you're driving on the freeway. You move out of the way. Everybody does that. The only thing that movie has not kept me from is roller coasters and the idea of getting LASIK eye surgery. Those are the only two things that from any of those movies where I'm just like, I still want to do it because I need that and because roller coasters are fun. Anything beside that, I stay away from because of those movies.
I think it was part 2 part 2, the one that dies with the gardener. I'm not sure if it was part 2 or part 3. No, it's part 2. There's a guy doing the está cortando el zacate on his lawnmower, and he shoots a rock, and it literally kills the actor or the character. And ever since then, I'm like, I try to like stay away from the lawnmower because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna come out flying. And it's happened to me once where I was working at a house, and some fool's pushing his lawnmower, and he accidentally hits a rock, and he hits the resident's freaking patio window.
Damn.
So I'm like, oh, it is true then. Something
it is real.
The log, obviously, and then I used to fear the grinder. ¿Cómo se llama? Los disposos. Because of the
disposos? Mm-hmm.
Even though that was not a death, it just like it irritated you.
Yeah.
But because I worked in the maintenance world, that gave me out the fear because now I stick my hand in there and shit like that. There's another one though that also in Final Destination 2, when the kid runs into the birds and that shit falls on him. The glass.
Oh, the glass. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when I ever see a big crane, I try to stay away from. Like I walk around and shit. So a lot of that movie put me into fear. Am I looking forward to Bloodlines? It was not on my top 15. But if I can say horror movies, it's definitely up there to not miss this year. It's just that it comes out in the summer. In the summer, there's like fucking 40 movies, man.
Oh no, I've seen that. I saw. I think it was a TikTok of Captain America: Civil War. I think it was where you have Captain America as Jurassic World, and then you have Bucky being Fantastic Four. And Captain America being Superman, like little pictures like that, and they're basically beating up on. I was like, yeah, that's because it's that little weekend is like Superman, Jurassic, and
the one that might come out winning, not in money wise, but like that can get the most money without any interjections, is Captain America, because that movie comes out next weekend on Valentine's Day.
On Friday, yeah. Mm-hmm.
On Friday, so that's February. All these movies, like the ones that were on my top 10, we're talking about Tron, Superman, Jurassic World, Thunderbolts. All those movies start coming out after May.
Right.
So all those are gonna, and that happens every summer, right? Because it's the summer blockbusters.
Right.
So the one that literally compete one week after another is Jurassic World versus Superman, and that's gonna affect Superman. It's not gonna affect Jurassic World because Jurassic World is going with that rated R thing where me as an adult, I'm like, oh, I want to see some fucking brutality.
Right.
And you as a superhero fan or as a father that doesn't want to take your kids, you're not going to want to take them to watch an R-rated movie. You're going to go take them to watch Superman. But you're going to get all those adults that, hey, you know what? We've never had a rated R monster movie. So, you know what, mijos? Let's go watch some dinosaurs chopping off some limbs.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to see it, you know. But again, I think you're right. I think, and I'm not sure if you actually did see the most recent James Gunn interview, I guess, but he said that he was miserable in the filming of Superman. So I'm like, okay, so you're already basically admitting that it's gonna be shit in a way. That he had so much pressure of getting a good film out that he was miserable doing it. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I'm happy to hear that, but you know.
And then talking about Superman, I don't know if you saw that little teaser that they showed when he's flying, that he does the spin on the iceberg, hit or miss. I know where you're going.
It's a miss. I don't know. It's a miss because I want to say Zack Snyder did it better. You know, like that's everybody knows Zack Snyder has better visuals than anyone out there for the most part. So that's my point. Like to compare, like I'm sorry, but that's a miss. Now on a standalone, if I have no comparison, I'm like, well, yeah, Superman. It's always good to see flying. And
the only thing that I liked was that spin on that little crack of the ice when he spins through that. I love that.
Right.
Once the camera showed how this fool fucking was looking one to each side, I was like, oh, that's a miss.
So okay, I know what you mean.
I don't know what camera you were using, but I'm like, that's bad. Well, that's bad.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And people are comparing that to where Superman's flying against the alien, and then his face gets stretched out through the wind. I'm like, yeah, but that's because wind and lasers are pushing his skin. That's why, like, he's flying towards something. Right. I'm like, it's not like this one where his fucking eyes are literally put in a different direction because they're using a type of camera. this or that. Are you gonna go watch Jurassic or are you gonna go see Superman? Unless you have the money to watch both.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that I have the money to watch both, but I think I'm gonna end up going both. Which one am I gonna see first?
Or the one who comes out first.
Well, not necessarily. Let's just say if I don't catch any screenings for Superman, because I believe